So then we need to do something about that, because really my whole thing here is that the whole point of, I was going to ask Bimbo.
You keep calling me.
I was going to ask her, is there a way to legally avoid paying taxes? Legally. I know she said it's good, but she didn't give us enough good reasons why it's good.
How to get around.
Don't we just avoid it? Like, avoid it illegally, yeah?
Right?
Right? But rightfully so. Would you agree, sir? You said it here. They want to compare. The whole thing called America is built on taking risk. You know, so if you're not taking risk, you know, that's just how it goes. You know, but if you want to learn more about real estate, if you want to own, how many people here own a business? All right, so we're not doing well, you know, when it comes to these things. We're not playing offense with money. There's a lot of, you're going to hear a lot of stuff where they're playing defense with money here today, I'm sure. They're going to tell you how to protect yourself against losing money and all this stuff. Those things are good, but honestly, they're not good enough. How many people have 401k at their jobs? How many people, they pull money from your money every week? You know, those are all defense stuff. You know, they pull money to 401k, all that stuff. That's good, but everybody does it too. In other words, you're not taking any risk, right? So we have to find ways to play some offense, okay? And it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. But I think it comes down to us understanding money a little bit more. I think when we say money, some people have actually some people have done studies, and they equate the idea of losing money. People have the same kind of fear. You know, if you haven't gotten the last 2 books by Tony Robbins, go get it. One is Money Master's Game. The new one is Unshakable, and they equate how human beings feel when they lose money to the same feeling that people had when they were hunters. And when they are faced with a lion in the bush and they now have to make a decision on what they have to do to make sure that lion doesn't make you the dinner. Okay? So what's the lion in today's world? When you get out there and you start walking out there right now, there's a bunch of lions. And sadly, we've been living our lives in a way that we are just people's dinner. Right? So, but on the other side of this fear, right? On this side of fear, right here, we just play it safe. That's the point I'm making, right? We're playing it safe. But the best way to play it safe is to play the offense game with money. Okay, all hands on deck. Bring in all the money you can bring in. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
So, real estate. You know, the process written here for you is very simple. You know, you need good credit. Do you need good credit? No, you don't. You need to know that you need good credit. It's 2 different things, right? You need to know that you need good credit. It's different from you need good credit. Nobody starts from having good credits. If you went to college, you probably have bad credit. You started with that, right? Right. So it's the idea of, if you've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, instead of saying, I can't, especially as children of God, we don't say I can't. That's not part of our vocabulary, right? We say, how can I? We ask questions, okay? Ask good questions. So that's why I was surprised when I said, anybody have questions about real estate? And most of us don't own a home and we don't have questions. That's not good enough. We need to have questions. So, the steps are right here. Uncle Tito broke it down very nicely here. 6 steps. Is it really 6 steps? Who said 1? I like that. It's a decision. It's just a decision, right? I want to play offense with money. I want more money. I want to keep more money. Antipoli. I don't want them taking my money. Right? It's my money and I want it now. Right? So, but a lot of it comes down to knowledge. So when we have fear, it's lack of confidence, right? Is it mutually exclusive? Is that how it works? No, everybody has fear, but some people just take action regardless of fear, right? So confidence comes from educating ourselves. So let's just start from the 6 steps. How about that? And then if there's multiple middle sub-steps, we'll figure it out along the way, right? We'll figure it out along the way. You need to know that you need good credit. You need to know that if you own a home, there are tax advantages to that as well, right? We know that, but some of us we relax and just let life pass by. So let's see what we can do. Start asking questions. What's the first step? Where am I? Where's my credit? My credit is 300 score, right? Is it possible?
No.
I don't know. 480. Okay, 450. What's the lowest?
350.
Oh, that's the lowest?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen anything below 400, but either way, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter because many people don't even ask questions because it's actually a very easy thing to bring your credit up. It doesn't matter how much you owe. Most of the time, you don't have to pay those money back, okay? So when I first, it's my 10th year of being married, and the first year, I just noticed this call just started coming in randomly from nowhere, and I said, "What's going on? Who's calling you?" That's my wife. I know those are my boys over there, Tommy and Tony. I said, "Who's calling you?" Like, she gave me this smile, like, "You don't want to know." I said, "I want to know." She said, "Okay, how much is it?" They said $5,000. I said, "It's $5,000, okay. Give me their phone number." So I called them back and I said, "Okay, you call my wife. She owes what? Some 55, something like that. Okay, I'll give you $1,500 right now. You can walk away." And guess what they said? Sure. I bet if I offer them $500, they probably will take it too. We don't ask questions. Okay? Why would they take $1,500 instead of $5,000? Why? Time value, all type of value, sentimental value, values that's not money. Money is not everything, right? We agree, right? Or at least what we consider money. The paper is useless, right? The paper is useless. And inflation value, it's all type of things. So the value that you want to take away from this right now, I'm going to give 2 minutes right now for if you have questions, then I'll take it. But what I want you to take away from this is to understand that value is, the only value in living in America is real estate and owning a business. That's just what it is, okay? Real estate, owning a business. If you're not buying a home to live in, you should be buying and be selling it. You have to be doing one of those two. You know, if you have fear, then ask questions. Every time you get an answer, that's additional knowledge. And when you have more knowledge, the confidence improves. And that's just what it is. And you take your risk reduce the more knowledge you have, or reduces the more knowledge you gain. There's all type of information on the internet today, so there's really no excuse. Zillow. Let me just say this real quick. Zillow. How many people know what Zillow.com is?
Yeah.
Okay. So Zillow.com is a place that lists real estate, and they list all kind of information with it, the location and all that kind of stuff. So you have to know what you're doing, but it's easier to know what you're doing when you have experts around you. Okay, so we have Uncle Tito right here. Gone are those days when you have a realtor that will try to hard sell you, right? Because if they try to hard sell you, you can go on Zillow and then you find information, so it doesn't help them anyway. So everybody's on their game of just wanting to serve you. So the opportunity is there to serve you. The difference between me and a typical realtor is that I am not a realtor. My father is a realtor, but I buy and sell real estate. So I'm on your side. I understand the buying game. I understand the selling of it. And then I have someone in the team who is actually licensed. I have Uncle Tito here who is a loan officer. And we talk all the time, and he has your best interest in mind always. But we want you to buy and sell, because no money is made unless you're buying and selling. Okay? More importantly, we want you to buy whatever you live in, right? Especially if you're already paying rent. because there's just advantages. If that's the minimum you can do in terms of owning a business, then you need to just do it, okay? And definitely there's no excuse to not owning a business. If the only thing you received in 2016 is W-2, the devil is a liar. Yeah. You need 1099s, right? Please, you need a mix. All hands on deck. Amen. Any questions with regards to real estate and owning a business? Yes.
Why should I own a home? I mean, apart from tax, okay, yes, I get a tax deduction, I get this. You say all hands on deck. Absolutely, yes, you should be making the most of what you have right now. But owning a home after the bust is not all it's made out to be. You buy this home and you're excited to sell it, and you can't. Then you're stuck. Then what?
All right. So I want to answer your question with a question. You know, with Nigerian people, that's how it's a question. Do you cut a check for rent every month? Yes, that's the reason why you should own a home. Because it's either a fraction of that, you retain it, or you pay yourself. And that's the most, I wish I could get into more emotional reasons why you must own a home, but it really comes down to the numbers and keeping the most money you can keep. You see what I mean? When it comes down to more loans, the responsibility that comes with home, those things you can pay for those things too. You can pay a boy for moving the snow. You can pay them $20 every time there's snow to just clean that thing. So that's not really, I gave that excuse for a long time myself, but I'm done with giving those excuses. When it comes to my personal home, I've bought and sold over 40 homes, but I still don't own right now. I'm just being transparent with you, okay, for the one I live in. And something has to change soon on that. You see what I mean? So there's no excuse when it comes to all these things, but it allows you taxes. Effective taxes in New Jersey is ridiculous. You said no, just a fraction. I think they take all of it. It's killing. So whatever you can do to put in places when the math at the end of the year just settles and help you keep, right? That's what we need to do. So owning a home comes down to really the numbers. 10 years go by so fast. My boy is about to be 9 in 2 months. It just go by so fast. So in 10 years, there's so much that goes. Any other questions? So I'm gonna hang around. Let me take 2 more, sir, if you don't mind. 2 more questions, and then I'm here all day. You can ask me questions personally. Let's go with him.
What are some non-obvious ways to tell if a business pitch will be promising? People come to me and oh, I want to start this business, can you join it with me? And you can tell by the obvious the kind of person they are, what the business sounds like, but what are some ways to depict where this will be like a promising business in the future?
Okay, good question. The first step to every business, personally, from my personal standpoint, the first step is market research. So you have restaurants shutting down all the time because they don't do proper research. If you open a restaurant right here, you're going to struggle. If you open a restaurant in Times Square, maybe not so much struggle, but then you have to factor in how much it costs to put a restaurant over there versus how much traffic is coming, what's your demographic. So it's really intensive market research. Without proper intensive market research, I'm not even going to have any further conversation about the business. One more.
Yeah. Please, could you give a little clarification on owning a business outside the United States and having a registered business here?
That's a good question. That all comes down to risk assessment. So it's the same question that people ask, should I buy stocks in Nigeria or buy it here? It all comes down to risk assessment. Ultimately, you can't argue with Warren Buffett. Diversification is everything, you know, and if I personally don't own a business in Nigeria, I've tried it, but when you're not on ground with the way Nigeria works, with the way we're set up, you know, so it's risk assessment. It depends on what kind of resources you have available, but you can own a business in the United States and you can thrive. That's a misconception that we always have. The truth is that a lot of people are not opening their mind to possibilities of even starting from home businesses like network marketing and things like that. It goes a long way, especially when it comes to saving taxes, like Sister Gomez said earlier. Thank you so much. I'm around. Okay.
Thank you, Allah. Pastor. Praise the Lord. Just a brief comment also. Sure, I don't market. You may not be aware.